What if I told you the map to a deeper, more powerful life for a man isn't found in conquering the external world, but in understanding a world you've been taught to overlook? Have you ever felt like you were conquering the world, yet losing yourself in the process? If so, then this video is for you. We spend our lives chasing success, building empires of steel and gold, believing that our worth is measured by what we can hold in our hands. But there is a hidden wisdom, a quiet strength that older women discover, which holds the key to the very fulfillment we seek. This isn't about dating advice. This is about decoding the blueprint of a life lived with depth, authenticity, and unshakable peace. Let's begin this journey. The first truth they uncover is what I call the law of true currency. In our youth, we operate on a currency of appearance. We trade in flashy cars, impressive titles, and the gold coins of social status. We believe this is what makes us valuable, what attracts others. An older woman has lived long enough to see empires of gold turn to dust. She has learned that you can have a mansion full of riches and still feel utterly alone. Her currency shifts. It becomes emotional intelligence. It becomes the ability to listen not just to words, but to the silence between them. It becomes empathy, the capacity to feel another's pain without trying to fix it. I remember my grandfather, a man who built a successful business from nothing. He thought the greatest gift he could give his family was financial security. Yet in his final years, he confessed to me, "I spent my life building walls to keep my family safe, only to realize I was locked outside." He had all the gold in the world, but he was starving for the true currency, connection. An older woman understands this instinctively. She has seen that wealth can buy a house, but only emotional depth can build a home. So I ask you, as you build your own life, what is the true currency you are trading in? This shift from gold to water doesn't happen by accident. It is forged in the fire of self-worth, which leads us to the second truth, the wisdom of the uncarved stone. A young woman, much like a young man, is often a block of marble being frantically carved by the world. Society hands her a chisel and tells her to chip away at her uniqueness until she fits a pre-approved mold. Be thinner, be quieter, be more agreeable. But with age, she puts down the chisel. She realizes her power was never in becoming a perfect statue for others to admire, but in embracing the raw, magnificent, uncarved stone of her true self. Her confidence is no longer a loud performance seeking applause. It's a quiet, gravitational certainty. It's a second peak of confidence, born not from external validation, but from internal knowing. She has survived storms, healed wounds, and learned that her worth is not negotiable. This is why she can walk into a room and her presence speaks before she does. It's not arrogance. It's authenticity. She no longer apologizes for the space she occupies. For us men, this is a profound lesson. We are taught to constantly add layers, more muscle, more money, more status. But what if true power lies in subtraction, in shedding the masks we wear, the roles we play, and the expectations we carry? Take a moment to reflect. What is the heaviest mask you wear each day? And who would you be if you had the courage to take it off? Once the true self is revealed, something else awakens. A faculty so powerful it seems almost mystical. This is the third truth, the wisdom of the silent river. In our youth, intuition is like a noisy, shallow brook, easily disturbed by the winds of opinion and self-doubt. We can't hear its guidance over the roar of our own ego. An older woman's intuition is a deep, silent river. It has been flowing for decades, carving its path through the landscape of human experience. It knows the way to the ocean without needing a map, because it has been there before. She can meet someone and feel their story without a word being spoken. She senses insincerity like a change in the air pressure before a storm. This isn't magic. It's the culmination of tens of thousands of hours of observing human nature. She has stored a library of emotional data in her subconscious. While we are busy analyzing the words someone says, she is reading the energy behind them. A friend of mine once ignored the quiet warning of his mother about a business partner. "She just doesn't like him," he thought. "It's irrational." A year later, that partner betrayed him and my friend lost everything. His mother hadn't analyzed the business plan. She had read the man. Her silent river knew, be honest with yourself. When was the last time your intuition told you something true? that your logical mind ignored? And what was the price you paid for ignoring it? This deep inner knowing allows for a profound transformation of past pain. This brings us to the fourth truth, the alchemy of scars. Our society teaches us to hide our scars. We see them as marks of failure, of being broken. We spend our lives covering them up, ashamed of the moments we fell. An older woman learns a different art. She learns the art of kintsugi, the Japanese practice of repairing broken pottery with gold. She understands that the breaks, when healed with awareness and self-compassion, do not diminish the vessel. They make it more beautiful, more resilient, and utterly unique. She doesn't hide her scars. She sees them as maps. Maps that show where she has been, what she has survived, and the wisdom she has gained. Her past heartbreaks don't make her bitter. They make her compassionate. Her past struggles don't make her weak. They make her a source of strength for others. She has performed the alchemy of turning lead into gold, pain into wisdom. Which scar from your past has shaped the strong person you are today? And what golden lesson did it engrave upon your soul? When you learn to honor your past, you begin to inhabit the present differently. This is the fifth truth, the principle of sacred time. In youth, we treat time like an infinite resource. We waste it on drama, on superficial pursuits, on people who drain our energy. We are in a frantic race to accumulate experiences, to fill every moment. An older woman understands that time is not a commodity to be spent, but a sacred space to be inhabited. Her life is no longer about quantity, but quality. She will not spend an evening in meaningless conversation. She will not entertain relationships that lack depth and respect. She has become a fierce guardian of her peace. She understands that a single hour of deep, authentic connection is worth more than 1,000 hours of shallow socializing. This isn't about being antisocial. It's about being soul-selective. Look back at this past week. Was your time simply filled or was it fulfilled? What needs to change starting today? Guarding your time and peace allows you to offer the world a rare gift. This is the sixth truth, the gift of the unbound mirror. When we are young, we interact with each other through the filters of our own needs and insecurities. We want to be liked, to be validated, to be seen as smart or successful. Our interactions are transactional. An older woman, having found her validation from within, can offer something truly transformative. Pure presence. She becomes an unbound mirror. When you speak with her, she isn't busy formulating her response or judging your story. She is simply there, holding a space of unconditional acceptance. In her presence, you feel seen, not for what you do, but for who you are. The reflection she offers is clear, without the distortions of ego. To be in the presence of such a person is a healing experience. For perhaps the first time, you see yourself without judgment. Think back for a moment. Who in your life saw and reflected the best version of you, even when you couldn't see it in yourself? All these truths culminate in a final unifying principle. The seventh and final truth is the law of relationship echo. We are taught that relationships are about what you do for someone, what you give them. But the real law is this: the world and everyone in it does not respond to what you do. It responds to who you are. Your inner state is a vibration, an echo that you send out into the universe, and it is the only thing that can truly come back to you. An older woman, having cultivated her inner garden, having made peace with her scars, and having learned to live in sacred time, emits an echo of peace, depth, and authenticity. As a result, she attracts relationships that mirror that state. She doesn't chase love. She becomes a magnet for it by embodying it. For us, this is the ultimate lesson. If you want respect, you must first embody self-respect. If you want deep connection, you must first connect deeply with yourself. If your current relationships are the exact echo of your inner state, what is that echo revealing about your internal world? To bring this into your life, I invite you to try a tool. Tonight, before you sleep, find a quiet space. Close your eyes. I call this the practice of inner listening. Don't try to meditate or empty your mind. Simply listen. Listen to the hum of the world around you. Then bring your attention inward. Listen to the rhythm of your own breath. And then go deeper. Ask your intuition, that silent river, one simple question. What is the one thing I need to let go of to find peace? Don't search for an answer. Just listen. The answer may not come in words. It may be a feeling, an image, a memory. Just receive it without judgment. This is the first step in learning to trust that deep inner wisdom. The journey of understanding these truths is not about idolizing older women. It is about recognizing that their journey reveals a universal map. A map that leads away from the frantic noise of the ego and toward the quiet strength of the soul. It teaches us that true power is not in force, but in presence. True wealth is not in gold, but in connection. And true wisdom is not in knowing all the answers, but in learning to listen to the silent river within. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to join us. Subscribe and become part of a community dedicated to exploring a deeper, more meaningful way of living. This is more than a channel. It is a shared journey toward becoming the men we were always meant to be.